This is Chris Olsen. If you know of him, there's a decent chance it's from his collaborations with Megan Trainor or maybe just some other social media influencer. He does do quite a few collaborations, but he works quite a bit more with Megan Trainor from what I've seen. And I hadn't really heard of him up until this controversy where he's kind of having a bit of a public meltdown about how commenters and people online in general treat him. And most of the time, I don't really find these stories interesting because, as much as it might be a bummer or whatever, or it might suck genuinely that you deal with whatever it is that you deal with being an influencer, but the way I see it is the same way that somebody who works at McDonald's deals with rude customers and stuff. I don't agree with it. It sucks, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. It's just part of the job. And as far as jobs I'm sympathetic to, being an influencer isn't really one. It's one of the most voluntary jobs out there. But this guy does actually give a reason that I thought was more sympathetic than most people. So I thought it was interesting for that reason.
No, bitch, I'm not okay. If people said shit like this to you every day, neither would you. Not only do y'all tell me to kill myself, basically, you've leaked photos of me. You send them to me as fucking blackmail. Obviously not gonna unblur it, but this is exactly what happened here. Telling me I'm
So I didn't really get what he means by that. Like they're sending pictures of him that are black. Like how are they getting pictures that could be used as blackmail? Really understand what that means just from what he says there.
always gonna be ugly and then asking to fuck. Who wouldn't go fucking crazy when this is what I receive every day of my life? Knows how to use his holes to get invited to events. I would if I could, bitch. I've always wanted to fuck my way to the top. Why is this Chris Olsen kid everywhere? Because I keep getting invited because I know how to use my holes to get there. Chris Olsen, get away from them. Why? What'd he do? Annoy me. You look like a fucking joy with those eyebrows. I've been through family trauma. I've been through emotional trauma. I've been essayed. Some of this shit online is worse than all of that combined. You all are
Yeah, and like that to me just sounds so overly dramatic. You're gonna say what people say to you online is more impactful than essay. Not trying to downplay anything that he's gone through, but I mean that to me sounds wild. But he will go and kind of expand on that in one of these next couple videos.
fucking monsters. Obviously not the people who have stood by me and who have supported me, but the people who are on here bullying. It is so normal to be casually mean now. Everyone is such a casual fucking bully, and it's insane.
Doesn't everybody say, at least all of the, I don't know, 30, 40 plus year olds say that there's basically no bullying when they grew up? I mean, people can definitely talk shit online, but I mean, that just, the way I see it, that just comes. If you want to put yourself out there, people are going to do that. I don't know.
And you better never complain about bullying in your life, because you drive someone like me who has been through so much and has gotten to the other side of it to want to re-destroy myself.
That was the first one that he put out on this. And then this was a
All
follow-up.
I've ever done, anytime I have gotten on this fucking app, is try to make people laugh and try to make people happy. I have never, ever come on this app with any intention of making someone angry or just being rude for no reason. But that is all people do to me. That is all you fucking do to me on here.
And like, I mean, that's just not true. How many? Yeah, he's got 13 million followers, 1.3 billion likes. I mean, that's just straight up not true. It seems like most of what you would get is positive engagement, unless you're saying you're basically a lolcow, which I don't think is the case. Even if you get above average flack, most of your engagement is probably neutral or positive.
Here. Of course it's gonna drive someone crazy. I'm so tired of being nice. I'm tired of being nice to all you people who don't fucking deserve it. I can't wait for someone to do some fucking crazy compilation and say he's going crazy, he's lost his fucking mind. Of course I've lost my mind. Revenge porn of me on the internet that keeps popping up, that people keep DMing to me. I get called ugly.
Yeah, and so there he's kind of touching on it again, and still at this point I don't know what the heck he's talking about with that though. He's just kind of oh, now there's revenge porn involved. I'm not sure what that is, but in the next video he'll explain.
I try to do one confident fucking glam bot and I get called the ugliest person who has ever glam botted. Which is such a fucking dumb phrase, but it is in the compilation of every worst glam bot compilation. I get put in it because everyone wants to talk about how ugly I am. I don't know if I made myself.
And if you don't know what a glam bot is, I don't either. I didn't bother to look it
Such
up.
an easy target because I was trying to be nice, but I don't want to be that anymore. Fuck all of you people who have decided to drive me this crazy. There are people on this app who continuously get taken down for actual problematic things. My crime is being fucking annoying, for being too loud. I'm sorry, I'm the way that I was fucking born.
I mean, being cringe, which is kind of more or less what you're gesturing at there, is one of the ultimate crimes on the internet. So you gotta watch out for that.
I'm a theater kid. I'm always gonna be too loud. Block me.
Yeah, especially if you're a theater kid. The internet does. I mean, people in general, outside of the theater kids, do not like theater kid energy.
Please. I know sometimes people say TikTok fucking, he paid for me to follow him. He paid to unblock. Reblock me. I'm sorry that fucking unblocked me for you. Please say this shit to me in person next time you see me. Please say it to me. I want to have the conversation. I want to talk about it. I want to be able to defend myself because all of you hiding behind these fucking ghost accounts aren't even.
So, I mean, I'm assuming he's being hyperbolic here, but he was saying so he doesn't want people to say it online. He's not a fan, but do say it to him in person. Or I mean, maybe he's just being entirely facetious here. I don't know.
Give me the chance to fucking talk to you. If you want to jump in the ring, let's fight. Let's play.
All right. Oh, okay. Then there's this message, and then he'll go to the whole revenge prawn aspect of it. So somebody commented, "We love you, Angel," and he says, "This is a line that's been heard over and over again since people have been able to have platforms, but I'm truly just a person. These past few months have felt like I'm back in middle school being bullied by all the kids around me, and there's no escape, and this time I'm supposed to somehow be grateful for the bullies, because they're the ones giving me my life. I haven't felt like I wanted to die like this since before I went to rehab, but anyone going through this would feel the same way. This is not me threatening self-harm or anything. I'm just sharing where I'm at mentally. Y'all, I cannot survive like this." So, I mean, the way he's talking there to me kind of just seems like somebody who maybe shouldn't be on social media or maybe should post through somebody else, not be directly posting to their account. I don't know. But so here he explains kind of why the stuff that he gets online is as impactful to him as it is. And I do actually think it's a pretty sympathetic case, and it makes it make a lot more sense, in my opinion.
Okay, I'm gonna read this from my phone because I can't really speak very eloquently right now. I was never a corn star, and I never consensually agreed to any of the photos or the videos that are.
Yeah, so the comment he's replying to says, "You literally were a porn star. Explain how it's illegal. Your pics were distributed or whatever."
Being released on the internet right now. As a lot of you know, I went to rehab when I was 19 and was such a bad addict at that time that my liver was failing and I couldn't go to sleep sober anymore. When I got sober at 19, my mind didn't change overnight and I still engaged in activity that I'm not proud of at all. When I got sober, I lost a lot of weight and started working out and started feeling good about how I looked physically for the first time in my life. I would post fitness photos often and had gained a small following. From there, photographers would reach out and ask to collaborate with me where I'd take photos with them and tag them and it would be mutually beneficial and no money was involved. With most of these photographers, I had a good time, and while sometimes the photos would essentially just be thirst traps, I almost always felt comfortable. It was until I shot with one photographer who crossed the line of what I was comfortable with. When we first shot together, he immediately had me sign a release for the photos that we were going to take, which he said was standard, and he needed me to sign.
So I don't know if it's standard, but it seems like it wouldn't be if he's doing it with other people that didn't. So yeah, but basically signing that form really causes a lot of issues for him.
In order for us to start, which being 19 and unfamiliar with the entertainment world, I complied without realizing what I was actually doing. And then he essentially made me remove what I was wearing. I don't want to get into too many of the details as it continues to obviously trigger me and can be triggering for others, but what happened with this photographer was unconsensual, yet I didn't know how to say no. Because I didn't really know how to stand up for myself and still sometimes don't. But being sober, I was confused. I was supposed to know how to say no, how to make the right decisions. My life was supposed to be good now, right? And yet here I was, letting myself be violated and not even standing up for myself. I tried to show my discomfort. I physically moved away. I tried to find excuses not to spend any more time around him, but I never said no. So to this day, I can't really say that I tried. I didn't say no, and the photos were taken, multiple shoots happened, and I let them. And he posted them on a platform that you have to pay for, but people screenshotted them.
Yeah, and so I don't think he says here, but so it seems like this other guy basically tricked him into signing this release that he could sell pics of him. I mean, maybe Chris knew that's what was going into it, but I mean, this dude sounds like such a scumbag, like cartoonishly evil level of scumbag. And I mean, yeah, obviously Chris has to learn how to say no in those situations, but especially if he's 19 or whatever, and he seems to understand that at this point. It's not really worth, beating him up for that at all.
And from there it was over. This situation changed me. I had an experience with SA when I was in high school and drunk, but I was sober for this one. I regressed back to unhealthy habits, specifically with the way I used my body. I was desperate to get validation on my own terms. There are videos of me circulating doing just that. But I'm 19 and 20 in those videos. I made them on my own volition, and I have to stand by the fact that during all of this, I never said no. But today, I am trying to say no. I'm saying I don't want these things to circulate anymore, and I hope that's enough. I know it might not be, and I know I have to stand by the fact that I made them, but I'm in the process of forgiving myself, and I hope you can try to forgive me too. I know not everyone's gonna like me, but if you are going to hate, please let it be in a way that isn't continuously traumatizing.
I don't know if he's looked into it at all, but when that Atrioc guy accidentally alt tabbed whatever and showed that he was watching the AI prawn of Ludwig's girlfriend and Pokimane or whatever. And then I can't remember. They like worked on an app or something, I think he said, that that helps with doing takedowns of all of the AI content for like the Twitch streamers and stuff like that who have the money to do that. I don't know how rich this guy is, but if he's doing well, he should look into that. But yeah, usually when I hear about influencers crying or being upset about their treatment from commenters and stuff, I'm not really that sympathetic to it. But in this guy's case, actually, yeah, that's pretty rough. That would be a brutal thing for people to keep throwing in your face and make it make it hard to ignore that, like a picture and stuff like that being sent to you more than just comments that you cannot read or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of brutal. Usually I don't end up feeling too bad in these situations, but I do actually feel bad for this guy. It's a rough situation. But I think maybe that whatever QT Cinderella and Pokimane and those people did about the AI stuff, I would think he could try something like that for his problem, but maybe not.